Hey guys, my name is Patrick Wind, and if you want to learn the top 10 ad types for 2020, then stay tuned. So let's get started with the top 10 hacks when it comes to ad types for Facebook and Instagram ads in 2020. Let's do this in a countdown mode, so I'm going to present you the top 10 starting with the 10th most important hack, the 9th, 8th, so on and so forth, and towards the end of the video, if you stay tuned, you're going to see the number 1 hack when it comes to ad types in 2020. So let's get started. What you can see already here on the screen is that, of course, the different ad formats. So on the one hand, you have the horizontal one, then you have the squared one, and you have either the vertical one. When it comes to ad design, advanced ad design in 2020, we have to be aware that 80% of the users of Facebook and Instagram access the platform on a mobile device, right? So not on a desktop device. And guess which of these formats is going to be the right one for a mobile device? Guess what? Well, of course, on a smartphone, if you deliver fully horizontal, so like if you see here on the screen, the full landscape 16:9, if you deliver this horizontal video, it's going to occupy only a quarter of the screen, right? With a squared one, you would occupy half of the screen, but with a vertical one, you would even occupy the full vertical screen of the smartphone, and therefore you would have not only 2, but even 4 times more ad exposure. You would get simply more ad exposure out of the money that you invest, and you'll be able to get more results with your Facebook and Instagram ads. And applying this knowledge now to advanced ad design, what you can do is you want to work, for example, with asset customization. Asset customization allows you to really show the perfect format according to the right placement where you're going to deliver your ad. For example, on Instagram stories, straightforward, you want to work with a vertical one, okay? So with the full screen occupying version, that's what you want to do with Instagram stories. But of course, if you deliver your ad, not on Instagram stories, but for example, on Instagram feed or on Facebook mobile news feed, then you would rather work with a squared option. And what you can do with the asset customization tool, you can really deliver the perfect ad format to each of these placements according to where it's going to be delivered. And that's what you can simply see in here, trick number 10. When it comes to trick number 9, working with dynamic creatives, that's a complete different story, but it's one of the most important things that you can do nowadays to really optimize your ad delivery, especially when it comes to retargeting, okay? So of course in prospecting, in branding, when you test new audiences, you can of course work with all the different static ad formats, but dynamic creatives really gives you the power to make use of all the different optimization strategies from the algorithm, to test different ad designs, to test different ad copies, to test different landing pages, because instead of creating just one ad, what you want to do is you want to give the machine of Facebook, you want to give them several images, several videos, several ad copies, and even headlines and destination URLs. And an expert tip that you want to have in mind when creating these dynamic creatives is, of course, if you have tried it already, you will be very well aware of that you can upload up to 10 different images or videos, you can upload 10 different copies, you can upload 10 different headlines, but this is not just adding like 10, 20, 30 options, but it actually goes exponential. So you would have 10 different images with 10 different copies, with 10 different destination URLs, so it increases like exponential, and this is not good. I mean, if you have millions and millions of budget in your campaign or ad set, then you could still argue with me that it's okay, but the most of us, we don't have millions of daily budget in our campaigns. And if you have limited budget, and limited budget for me is if you have less than 100 euros of daily budget in this specific campaign, then I would not recommend you to have more than 10 different ad variations. And 10 ad variations basically would mean 2 different copies, 2 different creatives, you would have 4, and then maybe 2 different headlines, so you will already have 8. So that's an option. You could have 3 different videos, for example, 2 different copies, so you would have 6, and then 2 different headlines, then you would have 12. So something between 8 and 12 is the right way to do it. Of course, it should be somewhere around 10. That's the way you work with asset customization, so that you really give the algorithm the opportunity to deliver your ad format according to the different placements. When it comes to dynamic creatives, you upload different ad variations, so you upload different copies, different images, different videos, and the algorithm optimizes for you. And as I said, it's very important to apply this power when it comes to retargeting. Why? Well, think about it. In retargeting, you have very narrow audiences. So it's not just that you have millions of people in your retargeting audience. So retargeting audience is someone who is already engaged with your website, with your content in some way, okay? And these are like thousands of people, but not millions of people. And to all of these people, you want to come up with customer journey retargeting. So you want to show them different different contents on day 1, on day 2, on day 4, and this can be done in a dynamic way. So with dynamic creatives, you basically upload all of these different ad variations, and the algorithm mixes them for you in the right way. And this, of course, increases your relevance score. This really gives you a boost in your performance. Now, we have already talked about tip number 10, tip number 9. Now let's go down in our countdown. Tip number 8. Finally, make use of the huge power of offer ads. Offer ads, once again, is a huge possibility for us when it comes to retargeting. So someone who has already engaged with our content, someone who checked, let's imagine we sell products on our e-commerce page, and someone who has already, let's see, in this example here on this page, you see, for example, someone who's interested in sunglasses. This person was about to purchase, but then did not buy in the specific moment. Maybe now we can convince this person with a specific offer, maybe with a discount code. Maybe we can tell the person that the offer is gonna expire in a couple of days. And the huge power of offer ads basically is that the user, when they save this offer, okay, they will be re-impacted 3 to 5 times in addition, completely for free. So if the user saves the offer, what will happen is that it will send some notifications. So within Facebook, they will receive notifications, and these are free impressions where you don't have to pay for it. Now, let's continue with the flow of e-commerce, selling these wonderful sunglasses. If the user was already interested in, for example, red sunglasses, green sunglasses, or black sunglasses, of course, in retargeting, the user should be re-impacted once again with this specific kind of sunglasses. So the person who's interested in the green ones should not see the red ones in retargeting, and vice versa. And this is what you can do perfectly with dynamic ads. With dynamic retargeting ads, the cool thing is that you cannot only apply them in retargeting, but, and now comes an advanced hack for you, you can also apply them in prospecting, so to reach new audiences. How could this be possible, right? So it's a user who has not even come to your website, he has not even given you some data point if it's more or less interested in the red version, the green version, or the black version. It's just a random user that Facebook has gathered a lot of data in the past, and they know exactly the probability of being interested in one or the other specific product on your website. And therefore, what you can do, if you work with dynamic ads in prospecting, so to reach new people, you can just work with a broad audience, leave space to the algorithm of Facebook, and they will deliver the right product to the right person. Let's continue. We have already, we're almost in the half, okay? Now we have ad design, ad type hack number 6. Augmented reality ads. Augmented reality ads is something that companies like Michael Kors are already testing, are already actively engaging in these kind of ad types for a couple of years already. Actually, before summer 2018, Michael Kors launched their first augmented reality ads. And augmented reality ad basically means someone is on their feed on Facebook or on Instagram. They scroll down, they see an ad, they click on the ad, it opens up not a different website, not just a pop-up or whatever, it opens up the selfie cam, okay, directly within Facebook, directly within Instagram. It opens up the selfie cam, and the user can already try on the different sunglasses or different jewelry or skincare or whatever, and can really see how it would look on the specific user. I'm sure many of you know this IKEA catalog where you can put on with your phone, and you can see where you can put a sofa or a different table, and you can really see how it would look like on your in your actual apartment. And it's the same. So with augmented reality ads, you can really try on the different things, and if the user then decides for whatever, in this case you see here blue sunglasses, if the user decides for the blue sunglasses, clicks on it, it will bring them directly to the checkout page for this product, and you will then realize the checkout directly there. And which is super cool for us is augmented reality. Yeah, that sounds very futuristic. Okay, companies like Michael Kors can do that. No, everyone can do it nowadays. Okay, so it has just been introduced into all of our ads managers. It has been globally rolled out, so every one of us can nowadays do augmented reality ads. But nobody uses them because nobody knows where to do it, and it's super easy. The only thing you have to do is you have to create instant experience ads. Okay, they were formerly called Canvas, and during this little countdown, I'm gonna talk more about instant experience ads, and I'm gonna show you exactly where you can set up these augmented reality ads. But now let's continue with number 5, multi-language ads. Multi-language ads is something that you could do either on your organic post, on your organic page, or also in the paid version. If you do it on the organic version, the only thing you have to do is you have to go to your page, you have to go to settings, and then within settings you have to activate the possibility to post in multiple languages. And this is very powerful, because if a user receives your post and his preferred language is English, then the person would see the post in English. However, if one and the same user is not an English speaker but rather a German speaker, the same post would be delivered in German, or in Spanish, or in French, or Italian, or whatever. Of course, you, prior to post it, you have to define, okay, this paragraph in German would be like this paragraph in Italian would be like this, but then dynamically, depending on the user's preferred language, it will deliver one or the other ad type. And the cool thing is that's not only available when it comes to organic posts, but also when it comes to the paid part. Let's keep continuing here on our amazing countdown. The fourth coolest hack when it comes to advanced Facebook and Instagram ad types in 2020 is working with existing posts. And why do I tell you this right now at this moment? Because we just talked about the way to create multi-language posts on your organic profile, and that's a very nice combination when it comes to really scaling your campaign performance in the best way. What can you do? Well, instead of just running a dark post, instead of just running an ad in your business manager, you could post something on your organic profile. You do it in a multi-language way. Therefore, you set it up in German, you set it up in English, you set it up in Spanish, so on and so forth. And then you make use of this organic post, which has already gathered a lot of organic engagement, a lot of likes, comments, and shares. You make use of this power that it has already received some social proof, and you put money behind it. Okay, so you go into your business manager, you go into your ad account, you make use of this existing post, and you promote the post that you have already created, and make use of all the social proof that it has already received. Now, let's continue. 3 ad types are still missing for us in this video. The third coolest thing that you can do when it comes to advanced ad types in 2020 is working with lead generation ads. Lead generation ads basically helps you to not steal the traffic from Mark Zuckerberg. That's not what they like. They do not like it if someone clicks on the ad and you bring them to an external page. But what you rather do is you maintain the traffic within their platform, and they like that much more. And why is it important for us that they like it much more? Well, because we pay lower CPMs. We pay lower cost per million impressions. And if you pay less to impact 1,000 people, of course, if all the conversion rates later on are going to be the same, your final result is going to be much better. So with lead generation ads, you would not bring the user to an external page, but you would rather maintain the user within the platform. It would open up a pop-up, and within the pop-up, you will have already pre-filled out their email address, their phone number, their name, and whatever you want to do here. But very important, if you work with lead generation ads, please have in mind that the user needs to engage with this form in some way or the other, because if not, the likelihood that the user is going to convert at the end of the day is very low. So if you just work with the standard form, it will bring you a high volume of leads, but very low quality. And at the end, that's not what matters to you. What matters to you is your business result at the end. So in order to combine these two elements, on the one hand, a high volume of leads, but on the other hand, a high quality of these leads, what you want to do is you want to insert at least one open question in your lead form. Okay, so you have the predefined email, your predefined phone number, your predefined name, but then you ask them something like, why are you actually interested in this program? Why are you actually interested in this service? Or how would this program benefit you? Or whatever, just that they think about it, they have to put in something, and if they then fill out the form, they send it to you, the lead is much more interested and much more warmed up to actually convert to you later on. And one important trick here when it comes to lead generation is also that you, instead of having collected just a passive lead, someone who waits for your phone call, you could convert it to an active lead somehow, because you can ask them, when are you actually available to receive our phone call? Let's schedule an appointment, okay? And therefore, you convert a passive lead to an active lead by inviting them to already schedule a specific appointment, for example, Monday 12 p.m. or Monday 12 a.m. or Monday 10 a.m., whatever. So they already put it into their calendar and they have an appointment there and they reserve the time, and they will be much more likely to take your phone call as if you would not schedule an appointment. And it's very easy. You just include one specific form, schedule appointment, instead of just having a passive lead. Now, after having already talked about 8 amazing hacks when it comes to ad types for 2020, now let's come to the final 2. I guess your guys are as excited as I am, especially the number 2, which is Messenger ads. Messenger ads plays around with the same thinking once again that Mark Zuckerberg does not like us to steal the traffic from him. He likes it if we maintain the traffic on his platform. And with Messenger ads, that's exactly what we're doing. With Messenger ads, instead of bringing the traffic to an external destination URL, we maintain the traffic not within a lead generation form, but within Messenger. So if someone sees the ad, not only in Facebook, but also in Instagram, if someone clicks on the ads in one of these on the ad in one of these platforms, it will open up a conversation with your Facebook page, okay, within Facebook Messenger. And here, of course, you can play around with a lot of marketing automation. You can set up a chatbot, you can set up some auto response messages, you can send even videos, images, GIFs, you can send all of these things. You can schedule appointments directly in your Messenger ad. And another advanced hack that I would like to share with you here is that you can also do lead generation within Messenger ads. That's one of the new things that has just been introduced. In Messenger ads, you can set up a predefined funnel. So basically, instead of having a form in the lead generation ad, and instead of asking what's your email address, what's your name, what's your phone number, so on and so forth, you would have the Messenger ad, you would have this entire flow, but within a conversation. And that's very important because now in 2020, one of the critical things that digital marketing or online marketing in general is shifting from a monologue where we spam our customers with our advertisements, towards a dialogue where we engage in a communication with them, okay? And that's exactly what Messenger ads do. Plus, very important, have in mind that once you have had the user engaging with your Messenger ad, you have the permission to send them also organic messages directly in Facebook Messenger, right? So you have gathered their email address, you've gathered their phone number and their permission to send them as many organic messages on Facebook Messenger as you want. Of course, always with the option to opt out whenever they want. So after all the information that we've gathered until this moment, I hope you're as excited as I am for the number 1 ad hack in 2020. And the number 1 ad hack is, of course, instant experiences, okay? I already teased it a couple of minutes ago, because with instant experiences, you're also gonna be able to create augmented reality ads within your Facebook and Instagram ads. Wow, that's pretty cool. So augmented reality, someone who sees the ad, clicks on it, it opens up the selfie cam, and you can really try on different things. And for example, different sunglasses, makeup, or whatever. You can play with different filters, and that is of course very amazing. If you want to learn more about instant experiences, you can also check out Spark AR. So with Spark AR, that's the official tool from Facebook where you can create all of these filters, all of these animations for the different sunglasses that you put into the selfie cam. But if you really have never tried instant experiences so far, then it's even more important for you to understand what it actually is. Because an instant experience or a canvas is not a typical ad. It's actually a mini site, a mini landing page that is between the ad and your final destination URL. It's here in between. So someone sees the ad, clicks on the ad, and it opens up again a little pop-up, and in this pop-up, which is like a mini site, you can really define all the different elements as to the extent that you want. You can even work with tilt functions. So if the user sees the ad, clicks on it, it opens the canvas, it tilts to the left, to the right. You can really have some movement, you can engage with the videos, and as I said, you can put your augmented reality elements directly there. So guys, I really hope that these 10 tips and tricks when it comes to ad types for Facebook and Instagram ads in 2020 were helpful for you. And if you want to learn more about all of these things, I would really recommend you to take a deeper look at our advanced Facebook and Instagram ads Bible, which is a free ebook that we have put together for you over the past months, and it's completely up to date with all the important things that you have to have in mind. You want to really optimize your campaign performance and you want to get the best out of your investment when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, then check out the link below this video and give us your contact information, we gather your lead, and we will be able to send you this ebook directly when you sign up there, and I'm sure it will be very helpful for you. All the best, and thank you so much for listening.